Hello, my name is Ben Toll. My family and I have been attending Restored for about 2 years after we moved here in the summer of 2019. I wanted to share just a little bit about our experiences being involved in foster care and why we do it, how you can help, and how it's impacted my family's lives over the last 5 years that we've been fostering. So a lot of people ask us, why do we do foster care? And quite frankly, the reason why is because there's a clear biblical command to care for the orphaned, the widowed, and those who are less fortunate than yourself. We believe as a family that we are called to engage in foster care. Not everyone is called to do foster care or adoption care, but you are called to help those who are orphaned, widowed, and those who have less resources than you. James 1:27 is a great example of this, but there are a lot of other verses. James 1:27 says, religion, my brothers, is pure, is that looking after the orphans and the widows in their distress. So why we do it, there's this clear biblical expectation to help those. What we believe and what we hope is that everyone is called to serve and to get out of your comfort zone. It is not comfortable to do fostering, but we hope that you will feel called to help in some way those who are less fortunate than yourself. In Luzerne County, there are 527 kids who are in foster care right now. Each of those kids has a name. Each of those kids is loved by God. Nationally, there are over 400,000 kids that are in foster care right now. And over 120,000 kids are ready to be adopted, whose parental rights have been terminated, and they are just waiting for a family to take them into their home. So there are lots of ways to help. And so just a few ways that you can help if you're interested. Obviously, fostering is one way to help. We engage in fostering. My family and I do that. Even if you can't foster, another way that you can help is to help out through Care Portal. That's an organization here locally run by Mandy Chapman that tries to help families in need and tries to provide the resources and to help the CYS workers with anything that they can need to take care of families where need is the problem and not neglect. Another way that you can help is to engage in respite care. Respite care is a thing where you sign up, you go through the background checks, and you're willing to watch kids that are in foster care for a weekend or a week while a foster family goes on vacation or while they go somewhere that they can't take the foster children with them. Another thing is emergency placements. We get called 3 times a week right now, asking us if we can take another kid into our home for just a night or just for a weekend while they find a longer term placement. We don't have the bedroom space available in our house to do that, and it hurts us every single time we have to say no. But emergency placements are a really important thing that helps the community and it helps take care of children in a time of need. You don't have to do foster care to help those who are in foster care. We have had numerous people in the church and in the community that have served us and loved on us in the middle of this foster care journey. Simple things like giving us time. It's weird to say this, but we have had people from the church come and do lawn care for us. We've had people that have dropped off meals, people that have given us gift cards to go out to dinner, people that have watched our children. The gift of time is an amazing, grateful thing that we have. The thing about people who do foster care is that we often aren't good at asking for help. And so one of the things that you can do is just to offer to help and to tell us how you will help. And there are lots of foster parents that need your help and need your support and need your prayers. So what is the impact of foster care in our lives? I would say there are lots of impacts. One of the things we hear a lot when we talk to people about being foster parents is that you would get really attached to your children that come into your home. And the answer is you do get really attached. We grieve every time that we send a kid home. We cry as a family every time that we send a kid home. Our children grieve every time that they lose a sibling that has been in their house. It's a real pain, but we get to love kids who are going through the hardest part of their lives. We get to love families that are going through the hardest parts of their lives. We've had children in our home that have had to be adopted because their parents have not made the progress necessary. We've been able to see children reunified with their parents, partially because of the help that we provide to their parents. We've had kids who come into our home as 3-year-olds and don't know how to cry. because they don't think that someone is going to care about their concerns. And seeing them, even just in a few months, learn that they can cry, which is a weird thing, but learn that they can cry and depend on an adult. Learn that they can have solid meals and expect to have meals regularly. And learn to start to run and to play and to laugh like normal kids can do. So why we do it is we see a lot of growth in the children that come into our homes. We are able to love the families in ways that is hard, but in ways that we can show be the hands and feet of Jesus. And frankly, we see a huge difference in our children. One of the things that we have seen over and over again is how our children are better able to see the pain in other kids. Regularly, we have our school-age kids come home and talk about, that kid's family must be hard. They must come from a hard place. The way that they act out in school, I need to make sure that I talk more to that kid, or that I'm more of a friend with that child. I see that in myself. It's harder for me to judge people and the problems and the difficulties they're facing because I've walked alongside people that are going through experiences that are not my own. So why do foster care? It's in the Bible to care for those who are orphans and widows and have less resources. But also you see huge differences in your personal walk with God and in the way that your children operate. It's not easy, but it's the way to be a tangible hands and feet of Jesus.